Birthday Hawa, birthday Al-Shai, birthday Hawa, birthday Al-Shai. Call Halalim wa Hawa Al-Hayna Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai Bashem Kakodash. Allah wa Yahweh wa Yahweh Shai. Bless you the Most High Yahweh. Bless you the Most High in the name of the only God and Son Yahweh Shai. In the name of the Holy Spirit. All praises and glory to our power Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai Bashem Kakodash. Praise Yahweh and His Son Yahweh Shai. Chartered in the Paleo Hebrew. The language that has been returned unto us Hebrew Israelites, so-called English Latinos, and the Americans and Israelite foreigners that have been scattered throughout the four winds, like unto the speckled bird, which fathers go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, us, of course, been returned this language that we can pray and seek, of course, comfort and for all things seek unto our power using the names of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Hashem Kakodash, right, in the Hebrew tongue, the language of the heavens. All right, and the Lashwan Kodash, because we're going to need that definitely, of course, in the times to heat and right now, all right, as soon as you wake up, all right, you should, of course, be praying in the names of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Hashem Kodash, all right, putting away, of course, these titles and such, what was put to you thinking that was a name is actually a title. All right, God, and you see Jesus, these are not the names. All right, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai is the names of Yahweh of the Most High and His only God and Son. All right, Yahweh means He exists, He to be, and His Son is Yahweh Shai. All right, which means He the deliverer, or He salvation. If I believe, and you go into the Hebrew, yes, He and Hawashai goes into salvation, Savior. All right. Now, of course, giving double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who peace and salutation to the elect. Of course, giving double honors to our apostles because they warned us through the Spirit and power Yahweh Shem Shai of these things, and they gave warnings years ago. All right, and if you could receive it, apostles and elders, prophets. They have seen these things and wrote them in a book and have given a warning for us to take heed of too in these days, because we're living in the last days. Okay, and prophecy is in full effect, very quick. Things are moving. So let's go into this article here, which Biden, which is your president, king of Babylon, he has these new mandates, which they're coming with, and proposed mandates as well. Now, I'm just going to click this because I just clicked it through the Spirit, or just typed in some words, choice words, to see what will go on. This is the word that is going out. I think a brother in Vegas did a lesson on it. I think a brother also in New York, GMS Watchman, did a lesson on it, if I'm not mistaken. Now it says here why the White House is reportedly wary of a Shabbat mandate for interstate travel. Okay, so interstate. Now just your domestic travel now is in jeopardy. Okay, so this is moving to be more and more draconian. Okay, more and more draconian laws. And this, if this ain't waking you up of the times in which we're in, you're completely ignorant. All right, and as the scriptures say, which I'm gonna just get a couple brief precepts, and I'll leave off with one other, main precept. You're gonna be destroyed. If you don't take heed to the warning, all right, of the prophets and such. Okay, at the times of us going interstate, going and moving about is coming to a halt. Of course, due to Spirit, of course, we'll be as pilgrims, but all of this regular average, rights and such, privileges, permissions granted, are fading away. All right, as the days continue on. So I think it's going to be the Book of Revelations, the 22nd chapter, if I'm not mistaken. This is Revelation 22 and 11. Or actually, I'm going to start at verse 10. It says, It says, and he said unto me, seal not the sands of the prophecy of the book, for the time is at hand. Okay. It says in the 7th verse, behold, I come quickly, and this is Yahushai. Blessed is he that keepeth the sayings of prophecy of this book. Okay. So prophecy, us keeping it, preserving it, telling it, speaking it, that's a blessing onto us, because you don't have it during these times. Most are they going to know what to do. You have a lot of people here and such, they are rejecting to be activated. And it's no for a divine cause. It may be just their zeal in itself. Them just, of course, wanting to follow the system. Maybe, of course, they have various objections of their own. But what are you really standing on? Okay, are you standing on the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, which is a sure foundation, sure, of course, protection, the names of the Lord, a strong tower where the righteous run in are safe? Or are you just standing on your own? In these times and days, you're going to really see exactly who the Lord is actually dealing with. All right. And they, of course, do having the testimony, having the prophecies, having this word. It's going to make them, of course, shine. All right. Which we're already shining. We're going to shine brighter. And people are going to draw. The elect will draw to it for their protection. The 1/3. All right. Other prophets that may have no woken up at this time yet, they will wake up. Now going on, and it says, verse 11, Revelation 22:11, and he that is unjust, let him be unjust still, and he that which is filthy, let him be filthy still, and he that is righteous, let him be righteous still, and he that is holy, let him be still holy still. It says, and behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to eat the tree of life, and that they may enter through the gates of the city. So, of course, us as believers, we're rehearsing the righteous acts of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right. The scriptures command us to still, of course, to keep the law, law, statutes, commandments to the best of our ability. You know what I mean? We establish the law still, even though we kind of did perfect, we do, of course, and walk by faith and do it to the best of our ability. All right. And one of the commandments we have, of course, is not in Leviticus 19:28. All right. Which speaks about, having sharat. All right. And I've written to that Hebrew word for sharat already. So, if you know, you go into it. All right. You read it. You can read, under the word cuttings, and you'll see it, I believe. But going back, you have it. Why is this government reportedly wary of this mandate? Because here in Babylon the Great, America, this is going to bring forth much uproar. Okay, when domestic travel in itself is halted, checkpoints are set up and enforced for those wanting just to go from one state to another state, one county to another county. This is the times in which we're in. Okay, and it's going to become worse and worse. Biden administration officials have reportedly discussed a sharat mandate for interstate travel, but are hesitant to follow through, given potential political backlash. All right. Says the Associated Press reported on Thursday that while the administration is considering some immediate measures, including mandating the sharat for foreign visitors, all right, international travel, of course, they're going to make that. Of course, you got to have that. If not, you're going to be so-called, as they say, spreading it, even though came out information that, of course, people are still, who have the Sharat, are, of course, having the actual alleged disease, right? Or disease. It says to empower in school districts in the state where Republican governors have blocked local restrictions, all right, for this particular disease. There are some measures the White House is hesitant to implement, for now at least. Yeah, for now, all right? Because everything has its appointed time. It's appointed. We're in that season, all right, of these things being fulfilled, all right? Things are moving very quick, all right? It says one of those measures requiring proof of having a Sharat for interstate travel on airplanes, trains, and arena in federal government has broad control over it is current federal law to wear the mask on planes. However, the administration reportedly fears the policy would be too polarizing for the moment. Okay? Now, going into that word for polarizing, it goes into having polarizes the restrict vibrations. All right, trans go meaning across, verse wave, wholly or partly to one direction. All right, so pretty much this is going all the way left. You have it where this is they probably like, well, it's a bit too much for now, even though, like I say, they play both sides of the field. All right, both wings of the bird. All right, but let's continue on. All right, responses from the conservative lead credence to that theory. All right, you got the conservatives, these liberals, etc. Right, you go into it. Which say Biden plan limit interstate travel for Americans, open borders for illegal immigrants, but open borders to illegal immigrants, right? So a lot of Americans are a bit, upset because they'll say, well, you open borders for illegal aliens, but I'm, as an actual citizen of America, am limited to be able to go to these various borders, state to state, to enter freely, okay? So it says, I'm pro, or for having a Sharat. I'm in favor of lots of extraordinary measures to get people to have the Sharat, but requiring the proof of the Sharat for interstate travel strikes me as one of the dumbest, most unworkable, and counterproductive ideas out there. I hope it stays on the drawing board, wrote prominent anti-Trump conservative writer Jonah Goldberg. All right, and he says the Associated Press notes that such a policy could be implemented in the future, and if there's a shift in public opinion on this, it's not about public opinion, it's about what the elites want. The specific issues of the Sharat mandate for interstate travel has not been polled, but Americans are typically being sharply divided among partisan lines on the mandates generally. All right, so that's the news right there. And then you can, of course, follow the paperwork. I know I don't have the actual link to the site, but I believe that it was proposed, if I'm not mistaken. It just have to go through the proper channels. Proposed as a bill, and have to go, of course, get, of course, passed in the House and then to the Senate, House of Congress, your lower upper houses, all right, of your legislative body, of your legislative branch of the government, and be passed as a law. All right, but we know, that what it's gonna be. All right, so you're gonna be a prisoner in your own country. All right, depending on your actual your status. Okay, so as we go into prophecy, which we're commanded to speak to the children of Israel. All right, of course, prophets unto the nation as well. Let them know, of course, their condemnation. Let them know what's coming for them. Okay. Real quick, 2nd Esdras chapter 9 and verse 1, it says, he answered me then and said, measure the time diligently in itself. You know, use that measure by scriptures. All right. Rod. It says, and when thou seest part of the signs, these tokens pass, which I have told thee before, the Lord gave us signs. All right. You read Matthew 24. Read also in Esdras and such, right? Which I'm reading some. Then thou shalt understand that if it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world in which he made, Yahushua. All right, your Alpha and your Omega. All right, which created the worlds. All right, with the rest of the Alahayim. All right, first angels. Okay. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. All right, we already have vast protests and uproars, all right, going about. But like I said, it's going to be, and there's pockets of that here in Babylon. Of course, the media is suppressing a lot. It's going loads that's going about, but you're gonna see when they make these different mandates, like more draconian, as you see. So they want internet enter. They already ran a wee bit of a test run. They are showing you, stay at home, and okay, you kind of go if you don't have a test, and during the earlier stages of this whole lockdown and such that they have, and so they're gonna reinstitute this lockdown, and take away the rest of your rights and such. All right, but your compliance makes you on what. On really, like I said, have you on a